What's up, everybody? I'm Gabi, and this is Gabi Raising the Bar. I wanted to jump on this video to talk about, I don't know if it's going to be quick, if it's going to be short. I wanted to talk about something that I felt should take presence at the start of my YouTube journey, because this is something that has stopped me from starting a channel, stopped me from going after goals that I've had, stopped me from a lot of things. And I think a lot of people are more aware of it now. A lot of people have identified with it. I have. And it is called Imposter Syndrome. Yes, Imposter Syndrome, y'all. So I've done research on this, and I found that there are 5 different types of Imposter Syndrome. And I identify with at least 2 of them. If you find that you start something and it's hard for you to finish, or you don't start it at all, it's only started in your head, and you don't fall through with it because you feel like you're not good enough to do it, you're not an expert, you don't know enough about the subject, or that people really just wouldn't care, you may identify with imposter syndrome. I'm not saying you have it, I'm not saying I even have it, but you could identify with those characteristics. I do. For example, there are 5 different types. I won't go into all the types. I might do another video about that, and that would be cool. But there are 5 different types, and I identify with 2 of them. 5 of them are superman, superwoman syndrome, perfectionist, the soloist, the natural genius, and the 5th one is the expert. So the ones that I identify the most with are the perfectionist and the soloist. So when it comes to perfectionist, I would say I'm not entirely a control freak, but I'm a little anal about what I put out into the world and what I make a representation of myself, because I see everything as a representation of myself. So I'm a little bit anal about that, because it's like I feel like my impact and my legacy and whatever, blah, 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 is going to be affected, and people might see me different if I'm not perfect, if I'm not always put together or always on point, or if every single detail isn't known. Sometimes I feel like I don't know anything at all, and that is not healthy. It's really not healthy at all. I've battled with this, and I've tried to get better. I've gone totally left and decided that I'm not going to care about perfection at all, that I'm just going to do my own thing, whatever happens, happens. And that has also been unhealthy, because it's not about being perfect. It's not about purposely being imperfect. It's really about just being balanced and being able to accept who you are as you are when you come the way you are. And that is what I found. The second one that I identify with is being the soloist. Soloists believe that if you ask for help, then you're showing that you're a fraud, and you're showing that you can't do whatever you said that you were going to do. It doesn't mean that you can't work on a team. It doesn't mean that you don't need people's help. It means that you think that if you ask for help, people will see you as inadequate. They won't see you the same. They'll think that you are, it's not even think that you're imperfect, but they'll think that you aren't who you portray yourself to the world to be. And soloists like myself will even go on to refusing people's help because they want to prove it to themselves. Because it's like, if I don't do this by myself, then I didn't really do it. If I ask for help, then that means that somebody else helped me and I wasn't capable enough to do it myself. And that is just so detrimental. When you have imposter syndrome, you think that you're going to be exposed as a fraud, and you think that whatever you're doing, whatever accomplishments you've made, whatever credits you have under your belt, whatever credentials that you have, that it's a fraud, and that you in essence didn't really earn them. And that is the worst lie you can tell yourself, because what happens is there's this mix-up. So you think you're a fraud, so you work extra hard to prove that you're not a fraud, and then you end up working up extra hard, and the people who are around you see you even better than they saw you before because they see you work so hard, and then those feelings of feeling like you're a fraud again because you need to work even harder come about. So it's very confusing. It can be a little overwhelming. You can go research imposter syndrome on your own. There is a phenomenal book that I would recommend. It's called The Secret Thoughts of Successful Women. I'll put the link to buy it on Amazon below. So I reflected, and I have taken the time to think about all of the things that I've stopped myself from doing, that I've told myself that I needed more time to learn, that I needed more time to get good at in order for me to put it out there and to share it with people. And I've realized that this is not the case. This is not what we need to be doing. What we need to be doing is accepting ourselves. So if you have imposter syndrome, if you identify with being someone who is constantly trying to be their best and it's stopping you, stop stopping yourself. Stop stopping yourself. This is harmful to you. It is essentially a very low frequency. If you're operating at a low frequency, you're operating most likely from a place of fear, from a place of lack, or just pain. Like you have gone through something, like everybody has gone through something, and it's caused you to think you're not worthy enough, or to think that you are not good enough. And I'm here to tell you that that is a lie. That is not true. I do this little affirmation, and I write in my journal, and I say, there is a lie out there and a fear in me that, and I spit that out. I say what it is, I acknowledge it, and I move on. That is the best affirmation I can do, because when you acknowledge your fears, it exposes them for the foolish thoughts that they are. It exposes them for the ridiculousness that they are. For you to fear your greatness is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, and I know it's ridiculous now, and that is why I'm always combating it. So I wanted to just hop on here really quick. I'm going to tell you 3 things that I do to combat my imposter syndrome and to stop stopping myself. Yes, so first thing, meditate. I'm saying this because I have done it and I have not done it, and I see the contrast. I see the this or that results that I get in my brain, in my mind, in my actions when I don't meditate. Meditate on things that are not just positive, but that are valuable to the issue that you're dealing with. Meditate on things that are specifically up against whatever you're dealing with. If you're dealing with fear, meditate on freedom. If you're dealing with chaos, meditate on peace. If you're dealing with lack, meditate on abundance. I know that meditation can sometimes be like, meditate? Like, what you mean meditate? Like, what is that? I like guided meditations. My thing is just make meditation a routine. It can be every morning, every afternoon, every night. I like to do it in the morning because in the morning, it's like this is the thing that's gonna determine how my day flows in a way. And I know it might be a little, superstitious to think that meditation is what affects my day, but I really do believe that helps me throughout my entire day. It gets me all the way to the end until it just knock out. So, meditating, what it does is it plants seeds into your brain. It plants seeds into your mind. It plants seeds of whatever you want. Remember that whatever you put into your brain, whatever you put into your mind, it will grow. It is energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. So what I like to do is I like to listen to a guided meditation in the morning, because if I just sit there and just close my eyes and breathe by myself, I might fall asleep because I just woke up. So I like to do this guided meditation. I'll put a link in one of my favorite meditations below. It's called Londrell Self-Care Package. I listen to that every morning, and every morning it subconscious thoughts have put out there, like, you're not good enough, or you shouldn't do this, you should just wait. No, like, I honor myself. I have a place in this world. I belong here. Things like that. So yeah, these are seeds. When you meditate, those words that are coming from that person, from that source, that's energy, it gets transferred into your brain, into your mind, and they become your thoughts. And once they become your thoughts, they become your feelings. And it goes from, I'm worthy of being appreciated to I'm worthy of being appreciated. Like, you start to feel it. Like, you start to really feel, I am worthy of being appreciated. I am worthy of being appreciated. Like, it just becomes a reality and a fact to you, and then you don't settle, and you don't let yourself settle. So, and then once those become your feelings, it changes your actions, it changes the way you treat yourself, and it changes how you treat others. And so your behaviors change. Once your behaviors change, your patterns change, your habits change. Your habits change. Once your habits change, your life changes, basically, and you have a new life. And that is a gradual process of how meditating becomes manifesting. That is the process. So I encourage you to meditate. I encourage you to take some time. It doesn't have to be long. It could be 3 minutes, 1 minute, but take that time every day. Do it every day. I'm telling you, every day. Second thing, number 2, surround yourself with a support system and be specific about who's in your corner. Treat life like it's a boxing match. When you're in the ring and there's challenges, there's a new opponent every single time you get in that ring, every single round. And you need somebody in your corner sometimes. I know it's hard, and that's why I say get somebody. Like, be intentional about having people in your corner. Because when you have people in your corner, they hold you accountable. They make sure that you are balanced. They make sure that they know you. Make sure that they know you, and that they know your faults, and that they know your flaws, so that they can help balance you, and so that they can help, push you in the right direction. And I recommend having different people in your corner. I don't have the same types of friends. I don't have the same types of people around me. If you have a couple of people, if you have like a cheerleader in your corner, somebody who is down for whatever you do, I'm telling you, they hype you up. Whatever it is you do, they support you. You might not even know this person like that. This person doesn't even have to know you, but it's somebody who, if you talk to them, all they have to say is good things about you, to your face and behind your back. And you know that, and you feel that. That is something that will drive you. That is something that will push you to go further, because you know that you're bringing value to somebody. And that's all we want to feel, is to feel valuable. The second thing is find somebody who's like your backbone. Somebody who is there for you and tells you exactly what you need to hear. Not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Somebody who, you may be crying, it's the end of the match or whatever, and you get back in the corner and you're like, I can't do it anymore. This is too hard. I don't want to do it anymore. And they remind you who you are. They remind you that you're special. They remind you that you deserve this. They remind you that you can do it. And they give you tough love. You need somebody to give you tough love. You need somebody to slap you around sometimes, not physically, but like sometimes verbally, and tell you, listen, stop playing yourself. Stop playing yourself. You need that serious tone sometimes to set you straight, because I believe that you would want to do that for somebody you cared about, if that's your personality. And you want to have a partner in crime. Somebody who might get in that ring with you. Somebody who might fight the fight with you. Somebody who you can call at any time. I call this loyal person. You need somebody who's loyal. And not just loyal to you in the sense that they're going to say whatever you want to hear, but that their actions speak louder than their words. Because that's another thing with imposter syndrome. People who have imposter syndrome think that people are saying nice things to them just to be nice. When really they're saying it because it's true that you are a great person, that you are amazing, that you are a great hard worker, and that we appreciate you. People with imposter syndrome think, oh, they're just saying that to be nice. They don't really mean it, you know? That's just what people say. Now you need somebody who is going to show up for you, who is going to show you they care, who is going to show you, and that their actions speak louder than their words, because that is what we relate to. We relate to actions like, oh, okay, they must really, you know, think I am good if they're actually going to go out of their way for me, or they're going to put their or if they're going to vouch for me, recommend me, things like that. And then the last one, I say you need somebody who is a neutralizer, someone who is neutral on all circumstances and lets you make your own decisions. A lot of times I found, this is a personal thing, I don't think this is something with imposter syndrome, but I found that I'll listen to other people's advice and I won't take none of their advice. But listening to all of their advice helped me realize what I don't want to do, and it helped me get deeper into my intuition and realize what I really wanted to do the whole time. So if you have somebody who's neutral that you talk to, this is the person you go to when you really don't want to hear everybody's advice, but you just need someone to listen, someone to take it all in and probe you and prompt you into making the decision that's right for you and decided by you. This is essential because we might have people around us that tell us what we want to hear, tell us what they want to say, or just don't listen at all. So have somebody who's pretty logical, who's pretty neutral, and isn't out to get you, has good intentions, only wants the best for you. Because if they only want the best for you, most likely they're going to try to get you to solve your own issues. And that is an essential friend. I'm telling you, that's an essential friend. Yes. So the last thing I have to combat imposter syndrome is to trick your brain. This is my favorite one. You can call meditation doing this, but this is more intentional. The best way to battle behaviors that are keeping you from setting your goals, that are keeping you from manifesting your life, is to acknowledge those things, to acknowledge those exact behaviors. And what I do a lot when you're impostering or whatever is procrastinate. You procrastinate and you avoid things. So what I say is, if you are avoiding something, which most likely you are because you think you're not good enough, or you think that you're not adequate enough, or that you don't have the right credentials or whatever. If you're doing that, make a list of all the things you need to do, your normal list, and do exactly the things that you are avoiding first. Don't do what you want to do. Don't do what's easy. Don't do what's accessible. Do exactly what you need to do, but you've been avoiding first. And that is what I do because, let me tell you, there are people I've avoided, discussions, conversations I've avoided, tasks I've avoided, auditions I've even avoided because I don't think that I'm good enough to audition for that role. How crazy is that, man? I'm laughing at myself now. Anyway, all these things that I've avoided in the past because it's kept me from it. It's kept me from my bag. It's kept me from so much success. And that is not what I'm trying to do anymore. So I recommend doing the thing that you don't like, that you are avoiding, that is not as glamorous, that might be the hardest thing to do, or it just might be something that you're fearing doing. Do that first. Do it first. I'm telling you, it will save you because then you just get it out the way and you acknowledge it. Once you acknowledge something, it goes away. Fear is like that. Fear is not real. Fear is an idea. So when we acknowledge that idea, we come to the truth of it, which makes it think, oh, okay, this is not really that bad. It could be worse. And then you just do it. Get it out the way. So this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope that you get to conquer your fears. I hope that you get to overcome whatever this thing that you're battling is, that you stop stopping yourself, and that you just move on, and that you just get what you are looking for and go after your goals, go after those goals. And comment below What is it, that one thing that you're avoiding? If it's personal, you don't have to say it, but you don't have to elaborate, but you can just say whatever it is you are avoiding, because I want you to acknowledge it right now. I want you to say, this is what I'm avoiding, and then prompt yourself to go do it. Go do it. Go do whatever it is you're avoiding, even if it's difficult. I promise you, I only want the best for you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing this space with me. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or start of your day. And if you want to ride with my online tribe, please hit the like and subscribe button below. See you in the next video.